Hello everybody, Mitzi Cruz here, host of Lincoln Live, and today I am super excited to be just surrounded by all of my favorite things. And we're here live with Kari Hazen. Kari Hazen is the owner of Rancho Robles winery right here on the Placer County Wine Trail. So first of all, I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm so happy you got out and can experience this on a beautiful day.
Oh, it's perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's just right. So can you start off, Kari, by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, my family made a choice a year ago on November 14th to move to Lincoln. We are Placer County residents, raised our kids in Auburn, absolutely love the country. 2.5 acres right by Mount Vernon Winery, and fell in love with Barbera wine. Thanks to Linda and Jim and their son Ryan Taylor. So our very first tasting, we're from Wisconsin, Texas, so we hadn't really had a lot of wine. And Jim brought out the Barbera in a barrel, and we absolutely fell in love with it, as well as we fell in love with Mount Vernon. We could walk there easily and sat on our deck and heard the music and everything. So then we moved to Roseville, to a nice piece of property, tried to downsize, tried to have a really kind of simple life, and it just didn't suit our soul. Absolutely not.
So were you in town in Roseville, or were you out in the country, or?
We were on the west side.
Oh.
And we had a nice lot. You know, it felt like we had some country around us. We had a bike trail and everything. But we were very close to our neighbors, who were amazing people.
Yeah, it's just not the same. No, I totally get it.
No, no.
Yeah.
And so then we found that this property, Rancho Roble Vineyard, was on the market, and it was something that we weren't even looking for.
Right.
And it found us. We didn't find it, and fell in love with the town of Lincoln.
You know, I actually remember when it was on the market.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. That was, I mean, this is such a beautiful piece of property and such a great find. And I'm really excited that your family found it, loved it, and that this is what you're doing. I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah, so I think the infrastructure was here. The owners before us did an amazing job. The Adams, Mark and Therese Adams, actually, they're local Lincoln folks.
Yep.
They planted the vineyard back in 2003. Then we had amazing family, the Sweeneys, that live up in Verde, right? And they built all this gorgeous structure. And then we just came and gave it a soul, kind of gave it some fun. You know, I think it had some, and then we just brought a little more, because our whole family is 100% into this, including our 2 little dogs that we love this place to be dog-friendly, kid-friendly, girlfriend-friendly, family-friendly. Go get some bocce ball, some cornhole.
I love that. Just a day of family fun.
Absolutely.
So introduce us.
Sure.
Who are your 4-legged family members here?
Well, this is Lulu. Say hi. Hi. And this is Sierra, like the mountains. She's saying hi too. These guys will greet you at the winery. They are doodles. They do jump. A lot of the kids love them. They play ball with Sierra all the time. Every Saturday and Sunday she is just like crashed, but they're ready to go. They are ready to go when people get here.
That is great. And so what you've done here is really turn this into a great venue for events. Really embraced the presence on the Placer County Wine Trail. Can you tell us a little bit about the events that you're able to host here and what that kind of looks like?
Well, first of all, we work with the county and we follow the county rules, and there's a lot of regulations. People don't understand that from wineries and breweries in this area.
Sure. And
so we do really want to make sure our neighbors, we really want to be good neighbors, first of all. And so we do things like, we have an event coming up on Holiday in the Hills with the Placer County Wine Trail, and that's between $20 and $25, and you can go to every winery. Food trucks, music will be playing, and there's 17 wineries. I'll show you right here on the map. Boom, boom. Can you see that?
Can you zoom in for us?
We are at the end or the beginning, however you want to look at it, right here in the corner. And you can go to any of the wineries for if you reserve your tickets before November 16th, it's 20. After that, it's 25. But you can go get a taste of the wine. You can go we will have a food truck here. We'll have live music going. And we like you to bring a blanket and your great attitude, go sit, kick your feet up by the pond. And I know every winery in this area is going to be doing something just like this.
Right.
You know, one thing I've just been amazed by is the wine is really good on this wine trail.
Yes. I
And
agree.
why spend $45? Our wine tasting's $5, and every once in a while we get a negative comment because why are we $5? Well, it costs a lot to keep a venue like this up.
Of course.
But I went to another place about 90 minutes from here not too long ago, and it was $45 to $50 a person
Right.
to do a wine tasting. So I think you get good value. You could go to 9 wineries in this area.
Right. No, that's awesome, and that, you know, that's one of the things that this show is really focused on is just helping to tell the story of Lincoln, Placer County, and just really keep our dollars local, because we do have such an amazing legacy of local businesses, and like you said, the wine here is amazing. But I actually haven't had the pleasure of tasting the Barbera wine before.
Yes.
But I'm excited to try it. So, yeah. So, is Barbera just not as not produced as much as some of the others, or?
Well, you can cut me off whenever you want, because we just went to Piedmont, Italy, which is the largest region in the world for Barbera wine.
Okay.
So it started off to be a farmer's wine.
Oh.
Okay. So they went out, they would pick the grapes, and Barbera is really a hardy grape and will do well no matter what. So they didn't have to actually age it in barrels. So in the 70s, what happened is a gentleman in Italy decided, no, Barbera has such a wonderful fruity taste. We just need to go through the aging process and change it around. So they put it in oak, French oak or American oak, but mostly French oak, and let it age at least 9 months in the barrel, and it changed it immensely.
Really?
And then Barbera continues to change as it is in the bottle. It's really high in acid, so it's going to taste great with your spicy sausages.
Ooh.
It's going to taste great with chocolate. Daniel at Bunarati's restaurant,
Yes.
I love his lava cake with our 13 Barbera.
Oh.
So yummy. It's really good with Italian food. We also sell it at Old Town Pizza in Lincoln.
Oh, you do?
Yes, and they sell it like crazy with the pizza because it goes really nice. It just cuts through the acid. The other thing is that you don't get your teeth don't stain
Oh, really?
because it's very low in tannin.
Oh, wonderful. That's why I just found my new wine. I just
It
have
is.
to, yeah.
And you have our 13 where we
Oh.
won Battle of the Barbera down in Sacramento.
Oh,
We
okay.
beat all the California and Italian wines at that contest.
Can I try that?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, my goodness. What
Yeah.
a treat.
Can I tell you the story about the wine
Please
and how
do.
it goes with the winery? So when we came out and we were looking at the winery, we fell in love with the property, but we love wine, and we're like, the wine has to be good if we're going to buy it, right?
Yes.
So I bought a couple of bottles of the 2013, the wine that you just had.
Yes.
And made my husband a blue apron dinner, which I never cook. So I did a roasted chicken, I did black rice, I did grilled vegetables, and then I gave him a huge glass of the 13. And I'm like, I really, really wanted this winery. You know, it's like, how are we going to convince him?
Yeah.
So glass one, he's like, man, I love this wine. It is so good. It goes so good with the food. So then gave him the second glass, and I told him it was from Rancho Roble. And I think that sealed the deal.
That, you know what? You know your husband. That was the way to do it.
Yeah, but now we just love it. We drink
Yeah.
this all the time. What did you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
I really like it.
So see, it's kind of, you're going to see a lot of legs on it.
Yeah.
The aroma, can you smell the berry, the cherry in it?
Yes.
And 13 was a really good year for wine. It's especially good for Barbera all over. So if you want to buy a bottle of wine that's going to last and it's going to have good value, look at 13. And 16 is now looking at another really strong year.
Oh, really? And what do you attribute that to?
I think it has to do with the climate.
Uh-huh.
You know, the climate in 13, the soil, just, you know, what the yield. We had one of the highest yields for the 13 year in our grapes. And you know, the thing too, Mitzi, I've been learning all of this, is the grapes actually make the wine.
Right.
Yeah, and this year we had a great year for it. We did 7.5 tons, which for us is a very high yield. All's hand picked, hand sorted. We went through, everybody was really getting mad at me because I would just like pick out any grape that wasn't going to be excellent.
You know, and that's really the key, is just being really selective. And I certainly don't know anything about making wine, but I know that, you know, anything that's made, that's handpicked, that's made with precision and love, I mean, that it really does show in the product.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and in the vineyard, I work in the vineyard in the mornings, get up about between 5 and 6 in the morning. And I've been known to play Kenny Chesney, Maroon 5 for the grapes and getting them all excited about it. You know what? And I think it makes a difference.
Yeah.
It makes a difference in your attitude, how you look at the grapes. So we feel like the grapes are going to be happy and make better wine.
Absolutely.
And I'm sincere. It's a little cheesy there.
No, you know what? And then whatever's good too for you, and get your soul fed in the morning, and I love it.
Yes, yeah.
So tell us more about this event that's coming up, the in the Hills.
Okay. You want to hand me that flyer?
Yeah. So I understand it's a 2-day event, correct?
Yes, it is. It's Saturday, December the 1st, and Sunday, December 2nd, and it's from 12 to 5. We're asking everybody to bring in one toy, Toys for Tots, and then you get your map. It's a self-guided tour. You can get a limo. I know there's some agencies in town, or get a DD, and we have vans for your designated driver.
Oh.
It's very, very inexpensive for them to come.
That's perfect.
And then you get 10% off your first bottle of wine. So it'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. It really does. That's right up my alley too.
Yes,
Take care of the kids and have fun and support local business and taste some great wine.
Yeah.
So, sounds like a fun event.
And we're starting to work a lot with local business, and we're working up with Leanne. She makes these great cookies, TNC home baked goods.
Oh yes.
So she makes some just amazing pumpkin bread, banana nut bread. So she's been coming out here on Sundays. She'll be there for that day. And then we're going to work with this local company called Creative Excursions, because we're an outdoor facility.
Yeah.
And they're going to do a canvas tent out there. So we're going to do a boho wine tasting room, which boho means you can sit on the ground. Yes, I know. You got to sit on the ground with pillows. Got tables down below. And then we'll have some high cocktail tables too.
That sounds like an awesome experience.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
So one of the things that we like to do here is we like to be very interactive. So as you guys are watching, a couple things, definitely share this video. If you share this video by 12 o'clock noon tomorrow, which is Friday, November the 9th, you will be entered into a raffle to win one of these delicious bottles of wine, either a red or a white.
Right.
So comment shared, but also comment red or white. That way we know which raffle you prefer to be entered into. Or you could say, it doesn't matter, and we'll throw you in whichever, doesn't matter. But anyway, so definitely do that. Sometimes we do the raffle a little bit later than noon because, my schedule gets a little busy, but we do cut off at noon. So you've got to get the video shared by noon and let us know that you shared it. So also, anyone who's watching live, please do ask questions, make comments. Do we have any questions or comments at this time?
We have tons of comments. They love your Barbera wine.
Woohoo! Yeah! Cheers to that.
Hey.
Richard is watching with us today.
Oh, Richard, we're so glad to have you back. We missed you. I gotta tell you.
Marion says she watched your episode on HGTV and she's so glad to see Lincoln on TV.
Yes.
We do want to mention that we do apologize for the quality of the video. We are in the country setting, so Wi-Fi isn't the greatest.
Okay.
But we're making do with what we got.
Sure.
And the only question we had was Richard was asking about Lulu. He asked if that was a dog to her left, and I said, yes, that's Lulu. And we have another one off to the side here too, so Syrah. So lots of love. You actually have lots of love for your wines and visiting here and all that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. And you know what? If you wouldn't mind, Andra, could you kind of pan around and kind of show everybody this incredible setting? And you guys know me. I love country property, specifically supporting local business, wine, love wine. So, everything. These are all my favorites all in one place. And Kari is a sweetheart. She's amazing. So if you guys haven't been out here, please do come out, support local business, and also, find out more about Holiday in the Hills because that sounds great. I have to tell you.
And all the Placer County Wine Trail, you know, and we're open Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 5. And then we're also open by appointment. I'll do parties for people.
Yeah.
If they call ahead, we'll take care of them.
So tell us about where you're located.
We are located at 340 Fleming Road. We're about 2 miles away from Chiati's.
Yes.
And Dueling Dogs. So you could do a whole day where you go to Chiati's, Dueling Dogs, Goat House, and Rancho Roble. All at once, and then Wise is at the very end, and Donna DiCello.
Yeah.
So right by Gladding McBean, it's if you're coming through town, so I always go downtown on Lincoln Boulevard, take a right on Gladding McBean, go all the way straight down, and then hook around to the left and take a right on Fleming.
Yeah, and this is just incredible. It's beautiful. How many acres do you guys have here?
We have 20.
Oh, goodness.
We have 20.
How many acres of vineyard?
We have about 4 acres of vineyard.
Awesome. And this is an established vineyard.
Yes. Mark Adams is the one who started the vineyard.
Yeah.
And he brought the Barbera out. His wife has contacts in Sonoma, so he did a lot of hard work to get the Barbera started. We also have a half an acre over to the left that's Syrah, and I'm working on making my first Syrah rosé. We'll see how it turns out.
Now, I'm a huge fan of Syrah. Yeah.
Okay, so I have something exciting to tell you.
Okay, tell me.
I'm so excited. So I'm just like you. I love wine, right? Oh gosh, I wish I had the label. So we are bringing a new bottle of wine out called the Romance.
Really?
Yes, and it is 60% Barbera and 40% Syrah.
Really?
And it is absolutely the most amazing wine that I've ever tried. It won silver in San Francisco. Our winemaker created it. We just created a logo that has a heart, the Romance.
Oh.
And what's great is my husband and I have been married about 31 years.
Oh, wow.
Our winemaker's been married to his wife for about 31 years.
Yeah.
And we also look at the romance between food and wine, friends and wine, wine and cheese, winemaker and owner. So we just believe it's just going to be an amazing bottle of wine. We only have 100 cases, so not a lot. Yeah. And it's going to be out, we're hoping to have it out right before Thanksgiving.
Oh, of this year?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Everything's ready to go. I just have to get the label printed, which is always the problem. Yeah. And another thing with Thanksgiving, Barbera goes great with turkey. And I have a little tip. If you grab the Chardonnay behind you.
Yes.
So Chardonnay, it's a very light wine. Ours is stainless steel.
Oh.
And it goes amazing with pumpkin.
Really?
And pumpkin pie.
Nice.
So this weekend we're going to be doing our tasting with the Chardonnay with some pumpkin biscotti.
Okay.
And you'll just see the change that's going to occur when you taste the wine and eat the food.
Oh, nice.
So think about your wine around your table. And then the day after Thanksgiving, we're going to do Plaid Friday.
Oh, okay.
Where you just forget about the mall, come out here, chill. We're going to have some wine on sale and just kick it back. In Oregon, I guess they do a Plaid Friday every year. So
cool.
We're looking to start that here.
Yeah, you know what? That's awesome. Yeah, escape all the madness of Black Friday. I mean, all the good retailers are doing events that don't just focus on that one day where you got people being crazy and getting trampled and all. We don't need all that. Just, come back here, relax, kick back, and you'll have plenty of time to spend all your money for Christmas and all that good stuff. So
better yet,
fun.
What if they go shopping in downtown Lincoln?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and so, it's funny you mentioned that. So I was actually at a Downtown Lincoln Association, or DLA, meeting this morning, and so that's going to be a future episode. We're going to talk about that, shopping locally, and we're actually going to sponsor a $100 voucher. So if you do spend, if you take a picture of yourself shopping locally and do a hashtag and all that, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, the point is there will be Small Business Saturday, and so that's going to be a great opportunity for you guys to shop locally and just support our local businesses and keep those tax dollars local. But yeah, that's a really great point. But that sounds like a way better Friday after Thanksgiving to me than going to Roseville or doing any of that stuff. So yeah,
you're sitting in the lines. And the other thing we're going to be doing out here in November is we're going to have different weekends where we have a pop-up for a purpose. This weekend we have a young gal who has diabetes, and she also works with activewear. So she's going to bring a pop-up out here, and she's going to donate her proceeds to diabetes.
Oh, cool.
We have a gentleman who makes these amazing cheese trays that are out of wine barrels.
Really?
And so he's, just just, again, trying to make things that go back
Yeah.
to the community. We're all about that.
Well, that is what this is all about. I mean, just collaborating and just getting the word out about what an incredible story that Lincoln has to tell, and we all just work together to just make it better. You know, that's so awesome. And, you know, so that takes me back to the comment that was made in regards to the House Hunters episode. I would love to hear more about that. Tell me about that.
That was really fun. My daughter, so our realtor was great through Caldwell Banker, and she pitched this story to have the vineyard on House Hunters, and we were like, well, I don't know. And my daughter, who's a little bit older, is like, you guys need to do this. So we did it, and it was a really good experience.
Yeah.
You can Google HGTV Northern California vineyard owners, and it just aired less than a month ago.
Really?
Yep. And we've had people come from all over to see it, and we've heard that a lot of people really loved that Lincoln and Placer County was on the HGTV because, I mean, honestly, my husband and I'm from Texas originally.
Okay.
He's from Wisconsin. There's a lot of places we could have lived, and we just fell in love with Lincoln.
Yeah.
And so HGTV, the people were so kind. They're very low key.
Yeah.
Took really good care of us.
That is so great. You know what? We will go ahead and post a link to the show. So we'll look that up. We'll get that posted. And yeah, I love that. So was it like the real estate shows that you see on HGTV where it's like, pick this property, this property, this property, and we're going to give them all nicknames?
Yes, exactly. And they wouldn't let me see a property.
Oh.
They were like, no, you can't, you couldn't see it. You had to sit in the car and wait until they would let you see it.
Oh.
The fun part was my husband wanted 100 acres. I'm like, there's no way we could do 100 acres.
That's crazy.
And I wanted something that was manageable.
Yeah.
So I think this property really suited us extremely well.
One, I love the proximity to town. You guys are close enough to town.